Hi everyone. Thanks so much to those of you who've tuned into the Accent Quickies thus far, and for all of your messages of thanks and special requests. I'm glad that you're finding the videos useful. At this point, I've given you a lot of tips and tricks when it comes to accents. So what I want to do in this video is show you how one might use those tools and apply them to their text for their next audition. So let's give it a test run. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Sonnet number 18, one of Shakespeare's most famous sonnets. Let's take the first two lines of this piece and say them in Cockney. First, briefly, let's review the changes I give you in the Cockney video, which I will give you a link to in the description below. To ah, as in cup becoming cup, or some becoming some. E and oo with an on glide. T becomes tay. Who becomes who. Widening three diphthongs. A to I, O to ow, and ow to ow. Glottalizing T in final and medial position. He's got a lot of bottles on the bottom. Omitting the H sound. Herbs help to heal the headache he had in his forehead. And the fact that Cockney is a non-rhotic dialect, and we'll go over the R rules when we apply these sounds to the text. There are more sounds involved with doing a Cockney accent, but let's see the effect that using just these few sounds has on the first two lines of the sonnet. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Well, I mentioned in the video that Cockney is a non-rhotic dialect, so the first thing I see is the R in compare. That's going to go bye-bye. The E on thee will get the on glide and be pronounced they. Oo for two will also get an on glide, becoming two. The sound for summer has to become ah, and we've got another R at the end of summer that has to bounce, making the word summers. And lastly, the A diphthong for day will need to become I, as in die. It seems like a lot, but let's go through that line slowly. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Sounds a bit more like Eliza Doolittle already, doesn't it? Now the second line. Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Okay, again, there's quite a bit going on here, so let's take it slow. The ow in thou will become wider and start with the cat vowel sound, becoming thou. Art, for being such a short word, has a double whammy. You're going to get rid of the R and glottalize the T. Art. More has another R sound that you're going to say sayonara to. Lovely's sound will become ah, as in spa. You may also do an on glide with the E sound that comes at the end of lovely, making the word lovely. Another R bites the dust on the second more. And finally, another glottalized T at the end of temperate, making it temperate. Remember, it's only T's in the middle and the end of words that get glottalized. So, what does that line sound like? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. For comparison, the two lines of the sonnet in standard neutral American speech are, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. And now in Cockney. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Fun, right? Just like with other accent tutorials on this channel, there are other sounds in the Cockney accent that you can learn and apply to these lines. But do you see how taking just a small handful of an accent sounds and using them correctly can be a sign to any casting director that, wow, this person's already got a great understanding of the dialect, which means they can be taught. I'm going to call them back. If you found this video useful, consider donating a cup of coffee via the QR code or the link in the description below. And if you're ever interested in a coaching, you can always find me at speakthespeech.net and reach out via the contact form. In the meantime, thanks so much for tuning in. Be safe and well, and break a leg.